Hey guys, what is happening, and welcome to the edge of Calgary. So the reason I've took you here is, number one, we finally got the camera and microphone set up that is new and improved. So yes, we're going to be going all over the place, especially in December, Utah, Arizona, many other states, and we're going to be talking about the housing markets there and what's going on, because it's very similar to what we see in Canada. Now, the thing I want to talk about today is housing starts, and what a better place than a great big building site on the edge of Calgary to talk about housing starts. Housing starts are declining. And the thing is, housing starts are a leading indicator on housing market health. The thing with housing starts is, when you think about new homes being built, the fact of the matter is that for new homes to be built, people have to be buying those homes. So if people aren't buying them, then you see housing starts that decline. And usually, a fact of the matter is, housing starts are closely linked to what people are buying, and it's new home buyers. How many new home buyers is there? So the thing is, when we're talking about housing starts, we have to remember that there is a limited audience compared to used homes. Because a lot of people, when it comes to used homes, they can't move, especially here. They can't take it out of their home equity unless they're downsizing. So it's very difficult to put 20% down on a property whilst you're living in another property and you haven't got that cash, because, you know, houses aren't cheap even here. It's $600,000 maybe for a single family home. That's a lot of money to put down if you haven't sold your house. So the thing that's happened is, obviously, they rely a lot on first-time buyers. And what's happened is, since the stress test was changed, they've seen that demand just decrease ever since then. And I spoke to a few new builders here and I asked what was going on, got some information. They basically said that. They basically said, since the stress test, it was a couple of months after, things really started to decline. So I said, well, how's that affecting your margins? Because obviously building supplies, labor, everything is going up in cost because of inflation. Sorry to interrupt your video, guys. I just want to apologize for the microphone gain in this video and the other video that I put up recently. I just got new camera equipment and audio equipment, as you can probably tell, so I'm just getting to grips with that. So I apologize. The audio should sound much better now because I've got the hang of it a little bit more. Also, guys, please take a second to hit the like button for me. Also, if you're enjoying this content, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. And if you don't like this content, at the end of the day, you are free to do whatever you like. You can dislike the video if you like. It's not going to offend me. I'm a realist after all. I know I can't please everybody. We're a growing community, guys, and I have a free newsletter as well, which is available below. Just email me there to get signed up. That's available for the first 1,000 subscribers. Me giving back to those who are on board on this channel in the first 1,000, which is exciting. We're going to get there fast, I think. So anyway, guys, let's get back to the video. Thanks for listening. So you got these two things now that are totally drifting away from each other. You've got housing starts that are falling, and then you've got new home prices that are climbing. Now, here in Calgary, you can actually buy a new house for less than a used house. I mean, if that doesn't say stupid to you, I don't know what is. Because the fact that you can buy a new house here with a warranty and it can be customized how you want it for less than a used home should be sending off alarm bells for people buying used homes, because it simply is a fact that these prices will have to go down so that they can get the buyers that they need. And there is so much oversupply of homes here. I mean, they are building subdivisions like all the way to a hospital that is about 12 kilometers over there, right in the background. So about 12 kilometers over there, there's a hospital. There's all these subdivisions. It's all going to be built, thousands and thousands of homes. With that being said, with all those homes that are being built, the chances of prices coming down are high. especially as we're now going to enter a time when interest rates are going up. I mean, debt is already getting more expensive because of what's happening in the bond market. And the moves in the bond market here really paint a picture of worry, I would say. Because, you know, the fact is, what you've got happening is these massive fluctuation in bonds that haven't been seen since 2008 and the financial crisis. And with that happening, that kind of paints a question of what's going to happen in corporate debt. Because the thing is, all these developers and stuff, they buy the land and then they sell it to the building companies. Now, obviously, if the building companies buy that land, they're using leverage. Don't kid yourself. They're not sat on a pile of cash. They are making money through margins. A lot of people think a house is built for $10, sold for 100,000. It just doesn't work like that. Especially the margins are especially thin now because of the rising cost of building supplies and labor and everything like that. So essentially what's going to happen, guys, and it's really, really obvious, is some of these builders could start to go bankrupt. And if builders start to go bankrupt, then it's going to get really interesting in the Canadian housing market. And we've already seen, there was an article recently, try and link it below, where in Barrie and other places where they are asking for extra money because the price of building the place has gone up so much that they are literally screwed. The company just hasn't got the money to do it, and they're facing lawsuits and all the rest of it. And to be quite honest, this is just the beginning, I believe. Like, housing prices here in Calgary are capped, essentially, because the building is so much here, so much, that even if housing prices go up, they come back down. Because like I said, new builders that have a smaller market share, eventually when demand starts to wane, those new builders have to reduce their prices and they'll undercut the used home market. And then people start to go, well, it's way cheaper now to buy a new home, so I'm just going to do that. So it brings used homes down. And we will begin to see that. But are we going to see some of these builders go bankrupt first? Because quite frankly, how can you put up prices when demand is going down? And that's what we've seen. Investing.com, there's going to be 2 links below where you can see housing starts are declining, new home price index is going up. Recipe for disaster, guys. And it will take a while for that to play out, but housing starts are a leading indicator. If you look at what happened in 2008, it actually started in housing starts in 2005, believe it or not. That's when housing starts started to decline. It was way in advance of 2008. So if you're talking about a lead indicator, housing starts is definitely one of them. And if new home prices continue to climb against the current of housing starts that are declining, then you basically have a recipe for disaster, because starts just fall even more. It eventually gets to a point to where the builder is on the brink of bankruptcy. And it might not be the fault of their own, and that's what I guess I'm trying to say. A lot of blame will be pushed the builder's way, but the pure fact of the matter is, this is because of inflation. This is what inflation does. We've seen lumber rip sky high, and on this channel, I said that lumber was going to burst, and then it did burst. And cycles of things that are happening right now that people seem to think are never ending. There are a lot of people that said lumber will just stay high, and of course it didn't. And now it's going to probably go up again. We might get more speculation in the lumber market. But anyway, guys, it's just interesting, isn't it? When you've got this much development here in Calgary, and a lot of people are probably moving here. They're probably thinking, yeah, we can buy a house, perfect. But the economy is really shaky here. And I guess that's my message is, if you do move here, make sure you have a really secure job, or if you're working for yourself, even better. Because the thing is, when the economy goes down, you don't want to be stuck in a house with negative equity, because you could be one of the people who's foreclosed on, because that will happen. And it's happened many times here in Calgary and all over Alberta because of the amount of building that goes on here. It just cannot sustain itself, prices going higher. So anyway, guys, look at this amazing sunset behind me. Fantastic. But anyway, guys, I thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. As always, peace and love. Bye-bye.